I can get a little, I feel a little edgy entering this room because I've had a event happen to me recently last year, and but as I'm growing in my courage, I'm going to do it. What we are standing in right now, once upon a time, was not a kitchen. This was the embalming room. Still original to its date. This was the embalming room. This is where their loved ones got prepared to be seen with the dressing and the makeup and everything like that. This is where it was, right here. Some of the stuff was put in because, like I said, this is an antique store. This was the embalming room. And I give nothing but respect to those who are in this profession because it takes a strong stomach to be able to do this kind of work. Working in a funeral home, working with deceased loved ones and everything like that, it's not for the faint of hearts. Okay, so remember earlier we was outside and I showed you the fence area and they had stuff. Now, this is going outside of the area to that back fencing area where they have more antique stuff going on here. And as you see, we're going to get more into detail on that side of it. But as you see, here it is. Wow, this is cool. They even had their own upstairs front where they can sunbathe or whatever they was doing up there, chilling, looking at the sky. But over here you can see the house, see where they live at up here from as well. Okay, and oh boy, I really got some courage going on right now. This very building right here, you see how wide the doors are? They're wide for a reason. You have to bring caskets and everything else through here and remains where they would come, wherever they go to the hospital or whatnot and go pick up their loved ones. And then they come and bring them here. And I guess I'm imagining that they would actually back the vehicle up to the fence and then, coming this way with someone's loved one. And I'm pretty sure back then this place was air conditioned. I'm pretty sure it was. But at the same time, I don't know. I wasn't here during that time. But as you're walking through here, I'm pretty sure your imagination is telling you the physical forms that were stored here. And I'm just going to say it. This is where bodily remains were stored. I'm pretty sure it was air conditioned at the time. I'm not sure. I don't know what refrigeration units they had in here during that time, but this is where the bodies were stored. Yes. And oh wow, look at that. 1900 Edison Victoria. True antique. And oh wow. Okay. Liking this. But anyway, now we're leaving back out this building because we now know where the bodies were stored. I showed you the viewing room. This is where they would bring the bodies from here, from the storage area there to in here, through this door, which is also wide. If you see, it's wide. Because there was no judgment on who a person was. There was no judgment on a person who a person was. And if I'm not mistaken, there's many doors that they could bring them through because you look at them, it's wide. I can imagine that they had like a little lamp or something right there during the time. And then let's go look at the other door and see if it's wide as the other one too. Yeah, it's the same width. And I would imagine that they had a ramp right there. Well, hello, buddy. How you doing? All right, just don't get up on me, all right? Yeah, all right. Anybody want to say hello to him? Okay. Anyway, nothing with respect, brother. But nothing with respect. Anyway, here we go. Yep, that's the other door, then the windows. I know that at one point in time they had to have refrigeration units because that's an old refrigeration unit right there, old AC unit. Let me not say refrigeration, AC unit. That's an old AC unit right there. But let's go back inside now. Now that you've seen that, again, the embalming room is literally right there. So now we're going to come down this corridor right here, and I can't say what this area is for. But then they have another whole entire area right here. Now, I don't know if this was the office area or whatnot, because it kind of reminds me of an office area. But I could be wrong. I'm not an expert in these things. But when you come back here, you start to see more collectibles. You know, they changed some things up. PS4 Watch Dogs, okay. You know, yeah, collectible stuff. Vinyl records. And looking at the AC unit, CDs, old Xbox 360s. Now, the brick that you see on the wall is, of course, you can tell it's wallpaper. It's wallpaper, but you get where it's going on this. Now, here's another corridor right here, and I'm thinking this is just simply an exit. Maybe an exit or something, or maybe this was a consultation area or something like that. But when you just see what's going on here, it's pretty interesting. Hard to believe this was once a funeral home, but it is. And this is the original laboratory. You think in 1914, again, maybe it was updated at some point in time to make it up to code. I can't say. I don't know. I wasn't around here during that time, but this is the restroom slash antique room. And as we continue, we're going down this corridor right now. And then you look in here, it's another restroom. Just get you enthused with all the history that's in this building right now. There's no telling who had services here. No telling at all. But when you come through this corridor right here, look to your right. Remember I told you upstairs, this upstairs right here, it's most likely where the family stayed or resided. So there's a whole nother section over here. And as you see here, we've been through here already. And then we're passing the viewing room. Notice the original archways. And then this is actually, if you can see behind these clothes right here, up here, there's another, I don't know if this is a pillar or another walkway. But then you have this whole other addition over here. Now, what they did with this section, I don't know. I don't know whether it was storage or if it was chapel for the services or anything like that. I really can't tell you what it was. I can't. But I can highlight the positives, all the unique items they had, all the collectibles. For those who are interested in these things and they pass by Tampa and they want to just take that, and they're in Tampa and they want to take a 45-minute drive to come up to Winter Haven, check this place out. They're awesome. I know my time, Star Trek is my time. I know you remember the old cassette. And then actual G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes replica sword. I might have to come back for that because I collect that kind of stuff. But Stormtrooper, look at the old cam phones. Yeah, that's a little noise on the pops, but they are rares. Well, not really rares for people, but rare is what somebody that who wants to collect something. I will leave it at that. That's what rare is. And I'm looking at this little gun right here. I'm thinking, what movie is that from? So maybe y'all can help me understand. Oh, old Ghostbusters, Ghost Trap. And this is pretty cool when you come back here. You start to see the new updated stuff because it's been a minute since I've been in here. You know, Asian section. Yep, I am right. One point in time, this was a chapel. This area was a chapel. That was a viewing room. This area right here is the chapel. So, as you see here, they got all kinds of unique things. And original windows. Original windows. You know, they had to do some little modifications for this to be a true antique store, but just use your imagination. If you ever been to a funeral home, you kind of know what to expect. But looking at the walls here, you know this was a chapel. Look at the ceiling, how it goes from slant to straight. Well, hello, hello, hey, all right. But then they do consignments for other people booths, so they sell the stuff in here. But I'm not sure what the policy with their how they sell or where they go, how they do things. But yeah, you can always stop in and talk to them. They'll give you a good history on it. And they've been here for a while. The owner loves this store. Her name is Dee, and she loves this place. She knows when she bought it, and she knew it was a funeral home. She knows she loves this place. She loves it. But as you keep walking through, start to see more. And right here, going a little further because it's kind of obstructed a little bit. You see more antiques. Of course, this was a divider that was put up. I know y'all remember Wheaties. Yes, you do remember Wheaties. A little folk art or what you want to call it. And look at that old scale. Original. Original. Old car, which is pretty cool. Oh, you got a little country western, or western. I'll put it that way area. You got all. Looks like maybe it's vintage boots. And good news is they're already broke in, so all you gotta do is just buy them and make them yours. But anyway, let's keep going. Okay, so now we got this other division area here. So if you can imagine this place now, if you look at the walls, and I'm filling them right now, these are original walls. I don't think they look awful new, but maybe they were just well maintained. But original walls. Original walls. And I think this is pretty cool. Oh, let me see here. What is this? See this graded wall right here? This kind of reminds me of a confession room.